so we can go 6, 7, 8 cards. Oh, that feels great. That feels absolutely great. And get rid of one of his creatures. We want to get rid of the Tenacious Underdogs, I guess. And let's get rid of the Veteran, because it's one of the cards that, you know, matter. So, man, this card is so good against what he has right now. Hello, I ran it Sloth here, and today, yes, your eyes do not deceive you, we are playing finally the Mire control deck, and it has been way too long, so I'm super happy about this one. It's hard to build the Mire right now, and I thought for this one we will go for the classical 1-for-1 build. Given all the meta is creatures, everything seems to be attacking you, burning you. Our main idea for the deck is that we have insanely good removal early game and mid game. We have 4 cutdowns, 4 go for the throat, 4 marches that gives us life gain, which is such a big factor against all the burn decks. Suddenly the lightning strike seems like a dead card basically. And 1 premium, this is something I really enjoyed. 1 mana font size in current meta. So basically you can remove a creature card or an artifact card for 1 mana, and then you choose something from the graveyard, you exile both. Exile effect is such a big deal. You will see in the video today how much this single card changed some games, even against things like soldiers. Man, you just get rid of their best soldier, exile the, you know, unearth things or the lord thing that can, you know, put the counters. Like, you always have targets, and Tenacious Underdog is just perfection. So this is the idea. For this reason we don't really run counterspells, we are more down to earth, Dimir. We only have 3 for those Invoke Despairs mostly, and the Earth Eye in case of emergency. And what we do after we remove all the creatures, we want to refill. We have Silver Scrutiny, Bankbuster, and the Teferi that is also a big win con. So this is the idea. We remove all the stuff early game, 1-for-1, they have no cards, and then we cast huge Silver Scrutiny. We have 7 cards, he has 1. He cannot kill us because we gained 7 or 10 life with the March. And at some point we just keep Invoke Despairing, Teferi. Sheoldred is really good stabilization tool, just to, you know, get this life from the card draw, so they cannot burn the last damage, and it's really hard to answer for most of the deck. So, you know, you just trade it usually for 2-for-1, so you block one of the creatures and force them to use something like burn spell on you, on this one instead of you. So that's good enough for 4 mana. And Teferi, of course, you make the tokens and they scoop. That's the idea. So yeah, this is the deck. I hope you will enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the decks, if you want to support it, or you are just feeling like, oh my god, it's a day to subscribe to some random channel. It might be this one. So with that being said, I hope you will enjoy the games, and let's get with some Dimir glory. Alright, so the opponent goes first. We have very quick answers. Unfortunately, we won't have turn 2 mana, so we are basically on 1 swamp for 2 turns. And we are against a panda that is really solid, so it might be harder. That was some nervous laugh. Dreams of Steel and Oil should really help. And the problem is that, yeah, do we go for the follow-up? That's a problem, that we don't develop land next turn, because we can drop 3 cards in the next turn. This is a sorcerer. Is this the big thing? Not really. Not really. Let's go for this. We need to get rid of the cards as soon as possible. Alright, so Talia is probably the biggest deal, because she prevents us from playing next turn because of the land base. Yeah, this turn 2 land definitely hurt a little bit. Alright, this will be some kind of serious damage. Oh, that's so great. Thank you deck. You are amazing. You are actually amazing. So, we do it like this. He has only 3 mana in the hand, so Officer should die before, you know, it does stuff. And now we start exiling cards. Man, you can see that exile is such a powerful effect. He's basically down to nothing already. We are having a little bit too many lands to my taste, so let's see. Alright, Bankbuster, definitely incredibly great card right now. Alright. He might draw something for the next turn, so this is the play. We go card for card. We don't have answers right now, but we have lands, we have card draw, and he has only 1 damage on board. Don't forget this buffs other creature, so the fact that he has another creature is such a big deal. Teferi is amazing draw. It's not relevant in this turn, but it gives us like solid answers for the rest of the game. And him being down to like 4 or 5 cards, to 1 card is such a big deal. As you can see, we basically removed all of his power from the hand. Man, the dreams were absolutely great this game. And even the exile effect prevented all of his like options. Okay, enough with the furries. Alright. So, this should be the explosion, to be honest. I don't think they can beat Teferi. They probably cannot even kill him. Not even talking about the small dude. Alright, so if he attacks, we absolutely block. And the point is that Teferi gets loyalty when you are at draw phase, so that's pretty hilarious. So we still trade. He gets a token and a nerf, but Teferi will be at 3 loyalty. And now we do 1 without being tapped. So that's absolutely crazy. We can pump everything whenever we like it. And we say go, and that should slowly close the walls on our cute panda. That's definitely a good one. Alright, how you play those situations? You do not let this effect to trigger. We can spend 3 mana, so we go for 3. To be absolutely honest with you guys, we should draw first, because we might draw something for 1 mana, like cut down, and that will change our play. Okay, we didn't. We buff stuff, and now we go with March. We go for 3. We target the Qatar, and it dies before the effect. So what it means, this doesn't get ever removed. So in the end, we have a blocker. Nice, and he didn't get any value from this. So he can put a counter. And honestly, that he should put a counter here, I think. Alright, how he attacks. Oh, you left a fairy on board, you crazy person. That's not what we do. But you can see, like, the fairy is absolutely just taking over the game. And I will draw, because it gives us another blocker. And oh my god, the fairy flute. Like, he cannot handle 1, and he doesn't know we have so many more. Alright, that will be a Siege Veteran. Yeah, he's out of the game. Like, you cannot beat the fairy spirits and the fairy. Like, once they start growing up, it's just way too hard. Alright, so whenever you have cut down and your opponent goes first, it just doesn't hurt the same way. We are getting flooded though. You know, the usual after getting mana screwed for the full game. Alright, so whenever this... you gain life at the end step if you gain transformed. And transformed version is high stats. You gain 1 life, get death touch. So nothing relevant, but we still kill it. It's a good true drop, so we want to make sure that he doesn't get a hit on tempo. Told you, absolute flute right now. I should have played the island. That is a big mistake, because if we draw Dissipate from the top, we cannot play it. This is the card that might stay. Told you! Oh my god. Oh, so punished. Exactly the draw. It's fine, because we can kill whatever happens next, and then we can counter the next one. So it's fine. But you know, definitely a big mistake on my part. There was no reason to not have this counter spell up. Alright, we're at 20. Now what we need is some kind of card though. It should be Teferi, Silver Scrutiny, or just, you know, maybe Bankbuster. I think we still have the Bankbuster, right? We have double blue. We have enough marches to just keep removing stuff. I mean, I think this is the counter, because we cannot use March on this turn, because it has just a bit too high toughness. Alright, 1 damage. And that's why marches are here. This 1 damage will never matter. Alright, for this reason, in case he has another ally line, I'm playing like this, and now we'll start life gaining 1 life. Wedding announcement. Definitely irritating card, not something we have clear answer to. And he might draw cards, so that's something we need to consider. His life is not a factor, but we are getting up so crazy loot. And first game we were left in 2 lands in the same situation. Now we are having 8 lands. So the variety between having 2 lands for the first 13 cards and 8 is a bit high to my taste. Like, it would be great to have like a middle ground, you know, with 5 lands and playing stuff on curve. Now he will start drawing cards, and that's absolutely annoying. Alright, let's see. Okay, that's the card we needed. This is exactly the card. Alright, finally. So now we can start making some kind of advantage. It is a bit late, because we kept drawing lands for the previous part of the game. But we can make it work, I think. Alright, so he wants to attack. We could double kill and prevent the card. It doesn't feel great, to be honest. It doesn't feel great. But I think we still have to do it, right? It never feels great. And basically trading for tokens, you know? But it is what it is. Here also get another creature. We don't get to draw a card. Alright. Like, they have the backside, so I guess. Like, it also prevents the token that, as seen, we usually kill manually, so I guess it's the same. And I get to draw more cards faster, so... and seems cards will be lands. Okay, finally. Okay, that's the stuff. Thank you, game. Alright. We get rid of the Anthem effect. It would be better before, but we still get the card. We get to draw with the Bankbuster. We have Dissipate. Alright, stuff is starting to, you know, come into play. We need Teferi, we need Invoke Despair. Those are the cards that we should be having at this point of the game. We are 1/4 of the deck, and from our 8 cards we drew 1, so that's not perfect. This is something we can kill next turn main phase, so he doesn't get any benefit from it, so we can let it enter. Like, the life gain will never matter. We can as well draw a card. I'm not doing anything else. Man, the amount of land that we are doing is absolutely crazy. 5, 8, 10 lands in 18 cards. We are drawing over 50%, that's way too high. Alright. Alright, so what is the play? First of all, I draw my card. He might have removal, that's fine. This is the card. Alright, finally. Okay, so after drawing this, we can absolutely change how we play. What we want to do right now is go super mana efficient and just trade as many cards as possible, probably. Because we can refill so hard right now. Also, we have Bankbuster for the next turn, so we can start blocking. This is an annoying card. I will counter it. Because it has so many stages that he gets a little bit of value all the time. So we played this. I think we go for like crazy amount of scrutiny and filter all the lands that we'll draw. For this reason, do I want to get to kill the creature? Yeah, sure, like, we are going like this. This is a 1-for-1 deck. With Silver Scrutiny, as you can see, we can play absolutely different. Absolutely different. So we can go 6, 7, 8 cards. Sure. 8 cards sounds perfect for me. Oh, that feels great. That feels absolutely great. And given we did not play this one, because it's a bad land at this stage, we can play this and get rid of one of his creatures. And he will have them. Oh man, so many creatures. Oh, it's actually an Ors of So I guess let's bank on the possibility. Oh no, we want to get rid of the Tenacious Underdogs, I guess. And let's get rid of the Veteran, because it's one of the cards that, you know, matter. So, man, this card is so good against what he has right now. And I mean, I do not fear. No, man, we are just killing stuff. And told you, look how many lands we got. This is absolutely crazy. We basically got 4 non-land cards. But on the bright side, we are soon drawing all the lands from our deck, so, like you know. Still not a single Teferi, by the way, in top 30 cards, and 1 Invoke Despair. We have 3 left, and 4 Teferis. All of those cards are definitely there. Alright, so for this reason, I will go for the Fraud, because it's much more mana efficient, and I want to draw cards, I want to generally do a lot of stuff this turn. There are Teferis in this deck. Alright, finally. Alright. So, if he draws something, it can exile Planewalker. For this reason we need to make multiple stuff. I mean, we have a blocker, and he cannot still kill Teferi. He needs double black for the for Tenacious Underdog with Blitz. And I want to wrap this game, because after Silver Scrutiny I think it should be ended. And when he... yeah, it's... well, that's definitely also unfortunate. I think I got Mana Flute, that he got Color Screwed. It's magic in full glory, basically. Alright, like, our early game is absolutely fine. I'm a bit scared about the mid game. But it is what it is. Like, with double removal we have some extra time. So hopefully we can draw some lands. If we keep drawing lands from, you know, until the end of the game, we should be absolutely fine. Alright. I mean, this is also a card we can play. A bit scary though. So he will cast a 3/2 with haste, probably. As it always happens. And then we kill it. Oh, that's a Swift Spear. Alright, okay. So in all honesty, we need to make the play mana efficient, I guess. Cut down is such a good hit for this one, but Kumano will transform, so we'll hit anyway. We might draw a land. For this reason, we want to do it like this. So next turn, if we have 3 mana, we can double remove, and we basically sweep the board. Yeah. It is one of those games. Alright. Like, we can remove this one, so far it's just 1 damage. The problem is the follow-up. Alright. You know what? It's not the worst. Like, it will hurt like crazy, but you know, it could be worse. Alright, so we get 2 damage. We need to start drawing lands, guys. Oh my god, really? Is this one of those games when I never draw a land? Like, we are doing so fine, even though we cannot use half of our hand. Phoenix Chick, sure. I wonder if we need to do some crazy exile play with the March. Let's do it like this. We need to keep defending. Like, the damage is piling. And we are not drawing lands still at all. That's a 2 damage. Because of the warfare. Oh my god. Oh, this game. Alright, so we will try to get rid of the creature. We will of course choose the Phoenix Chick, because that's something that matters. And we'll probably start exiling cards, because can you imagine playing a 4-drop during the game? What's funny is that our opponent will actually have a 4-drop faster than we, with 26 lands in the deck. It's 11 cards and only 2 lands. I think it's too late, guys. I think even if we draw land right now, it will be too late. He didn't have a creature last turn. Alright. I think this might be the moment to do it. Alright, 2, 4. Oh my god, that feels so awful. Especially that we know that he will have Kumano next turn, but it is what it is. You know, we are permanently tapped out because we are having so little mana. So I think we played valiantly, but like, you cannot play the game if you never draw lands. That's my idea. I think that's kinda, you know, the case for this game. Yep. So this will be a 3/2 with haste. We can get rid of this one. But what can you do? Imagine playing... For the full game, we weren't able to play a 2 mana... Oh my god, 1 mana Silver Scrutiny. And we got also mana screwed on the colors. Well, I guess the deck sucks, right? You know, only 26 lands. Alright, so what about this hand? It's pretty interesting. It has quite a lot of value, good mana base, but no interaction. Well, this one has interaction. We are keeping this one. I would love to keep all of those, but after the mulligan and after burning all of this, we will be very short on cards, so we need something to refill. Even though it seems to be mono-red for some reason. It gives the mono-red vibe, you know? And it's mono-white. What a surprise. I will play this land, because it's black, and against aggro, either Soldier Azorius or Soldier, you know, mono-white, we don't want to pain ourselves. It's still Talia, the only drop in the meta. It's fine. That's what we are prepared to deal with. So, like, we always see it, but it's actually not bad at all. Anointed Peacekeeper might be the next play. And I will take 2 damage, you know? Because I think then they will be much more careful what they play, and I don't want to see Anointed Peacekeeper. Alright, that's actually absolutely greatly card. Or absolutely great card. Sure, so he went all in, and we need to go card for card. But now it's so mana efficient for us that we do not care. Alright, do we want double removal, or we go the like 1 removal and then we can play the tap land, which can pay out next turn. If we want to Silver Scrutiny, it's probably the best turn to just, you know, do the thing. It might be the Emperor. Alright, alright. I don't think it is an Emperor, but you know what? Let's not risk it, because Emperor main phase and making it 3-3 would be absolutely bad for us. And this way we at least slow them down quite a lot. Mire. Perfect target for removal, as all of his other cards. That's 2 points of damage during the game. Alright, so unfortunately we have to do things main phase, but we will do. It's a removal 3-bar, you know? That's why I wanted the second go for the throat. If not the mulligan, we would get it. Because the next follow-up will be a problem, because we lack 1 mana for the Dissipate. So let's see what is the big play. This is the play that we cannot handle like cleanly, and we need to think about it. You know what? Absolutely not the worst. No damage. Okay, 1 damage, but that's nearly the same as no damage. And that's a land. So this gives us options. He can use this and kill the Teferi. So I think it will be a main phase Scrutiny. It gives him more options. Oh, that's the worst draw we could hope for. Ertai is the only good card from this pile. Like, the rest of them is okay, but not after the draw. Now we need action. So we needed cut down, go for the throat, Black March, all of those cards. But it's fine. It's fine, we have a lot of options. And one of the reasons we did it like this is just to get rid of the day-night cycle, you know? So I think we will kill Qatar, give them the card, and just go with it. We are at 11. So he decided to flip himself. That's interesting. Alright, so we can go for Teferi. It doesn't really accomplish anything, right? So I think we wait for the attack. Oh, if we do the double thing, we could flip, but it will be flipped after we target it. So not really any benefit, right? Yeah. We say go, and he will attack with both of them, pump the Brute because he has no other choice, and then we can clear the board basically. Oh, that's an interesting one. Maybe we take 1 hit then, but it will be so much damage. It will be so much damage. Where the counter goes here, and when we kill it, he gets the token, so that's really not great. That's really not great. I think for this reason we are actually forced to do the thing. And we counter it this way. He doesn't get anything out of this outside of cards, so let's see what he drew. He probably can play it. And we can crew the Bankbuster, and I honestly think we will. Okay, if he attacks only with the first striker, then we take it. But we prevented this damage, and that's quite a big deal. It also prevents this from pumping the Brute. So, much more... Alright, alright. I see how it is. So, let's draw. This will target air-type, but it's not really great for him. And I don't think I will be attacking anytime soon. Alright. I really need some kind of removal. Can I get my removal, please? I think this will be the play for the turn. We also don't want him to flip anything, so we will do it like this. And now we can draw card at any point, if we want to buff Teferi, to buff the token. And you know, he doesn't know exactly what we have. He should know that this is basically a 3-3. He is so far from flipping at nighttime into daytime that, you know, this token won't die to Qatar, it will die to something else. Or it won't, at all. Huh, what the attack is. It's interesting because, like, if we have some kind of removal, he doesn't want to, you know, lift the ferry up. But if we die quickly, he probably wants to attack the face. He knows that we won't die this turn, unless he has some kind of another Qatar as a removal. Alright, so our opponent is having some kind of puzzle time. I do enjoy it. Alright. If he does it like this, he deals way more damage, right? So, we take the card. Everything is stronger. Just a little bit. He might have a Ganjo, but so far he didn't play one. And a nerf is still worse than just having a soldier in the board. So that's a free trade and no damage to the face. And we are left with a very good creature, so far so good. And that's my turn. Alright, so he definitely wants to flip. That's interesting. But we are a mean Sloth, and we won't let him. He's not flipping, so we aren't casting anything this turn, and we'll just say, go, my friend. He needs to double spell right now. And he has two cards. This is the first play, and this will be the second play, but we'll counter the second play. And we still draw cards and all this stuff, right? Alright, do I want Sheoldred? Like, it's pretty good card. It also means he cannot attack this turn. Yeah, I will do it. That's the first one. So they will flip and Sheoldred will die, but it means that he cannot really attack right now, which is pretty decent. Alright, let's see what happens. Yep, that's the second spell. You can see that this draw of double Bankbuster, like, we don't have time for trying to get all the value, right? Okay, that's a weird attack. Okay, that makes sense now. That makes sense, but if we go for... it's exactly above both of them, right? So, we will have to sacrifice something indeed. I guess it has to be token then, because the token will die anyway. So this way we don't really lose anything more than we would lose anyway. And there's no way we can get rid of the Brute. The soldier is out permanently. Alright, and as usual, the moment I try to cut, he starts playing again. Okay, I'll take it. Alright, that's a card. Oh, it's ability. I keep forgetting this is an ability, and I think there's possibility our opponent forgot as well. I will take it for sure. That's pretty good. We can also remove both of the creatures whenever we like. It is nighttime right now. So I just say go, as long as Sheoldred is in the board and he cannot flip. Man, I keep forgetting, like, I was playing soldiers and I read it specifically in order to check whether it's cast or not. Oh, that's a really good card. Alright. There's nothing we can do about it this turn. He won't be able to activate it twice. Alright, what I could have done is kill the brute, get airtight back and counter it, but not sure if I don't prefer to kill the brute, in all honesty. Alright, not sure what happened, I guess he whiffed. So 3-6. And now we will be the aggressor. We go all in because this... Oh, no. We don't need it, I prefer the card. So we are going actually for 4. So this way we can draw. It should be 5, it seems. I miscounted, as I sometimes do. Alright, this is the air tag. This kills the first striker. I need to pay ward again. Easy. Not scary at all. But we'll draw so many cards and get so much life that it shouldn't matter at all. Oh my god, that's so brutal. Airtight together with this card is absolutely strong. So, can I has your hand, please? Oh, it will be the exile effect as well. But we have to choose before, right? I mean, I'll take a whatever. Nice. And I mean, now we go for Invoke and we win the game. And that was it. that was pretty hard, but Airtight definitely helped so much during this game. Alright, our opponent goes first. We have 3 dead cards and go for the throat. I honestly don't think that's a good starting hand. This one is better. And we have to go for Invoke Despair, I think. We definitely need those 3 lands. I would really like those. This is also important. It will be a creature deck anyway. Oh man, but we might regret that we have no value later. Oh, this is such a bad... I hate mulliganing, you know? Like, it feels that I'm getting such a big disadvantage for no reason. But okay, and we just drew Invoke Despair, so absolutely punished so far. Man, we just started the game and I already feel that we are on the back foot, so we definitely need some good plays right now. Alright, those are some tap lands. So we will see how he plays. Trespasser will be a thing, and probably the best draw he can hope for right now. And I will kill it. We have follow-up, we have some nice curve until 5 mana, hopefully, just not Trespasser. Okay, this one hurts, but not as much. You know, not as much. So this is a tap land. What happened? Oh my god, it's an artifact! Okay, so we need to kill this with Invoke Despair and kill whatever else he plays with Go for the Throat. Okay, you will be a target. That's such a big tell what we have, by the way. We need to do it right now, because the next turn is Sheoldred and the next one is hopefully Invoke Despair. Alright, let's play a Swamp. And let's eat Infernal Grasp. Oh, okay. So the lifelink definitely helps him, so he won't die to Sheoldred anytime soon. I mean, at least we have the same plan, I guess. Well, that's fair. Like, we both deserve it. How much do I pay myself? Only 1, I believe. Alright. Yep. Let's see, who is the better Invoke Despair player? Cutdowns? They are kinda okay. They should hit something during the game. Alright, that's fine. Yep, that's the target. We draw a card. I mean, so far we are a very good cutdown player. The problem is that he can attack with the Sheoldred. We whiffed on the land. That's so brutal. 1 land would win us the game. No land, I think, might lose us the game. It's still Invoke Despair. But we are so close to dying, or do we die? Okay, March. March is definitely a really big deal. Do I exile 3 cards just to kill Sheoldred? You know what? It might be something we will do. I probably should have, because I'm dead on board. But we have two choices. We can either march for 4 just to survive, and then we follow up with Invoke Despair. Or we can kill Sheoldred and then try to refill with Scrutiny for 4 cards. Nah, bro. Don't you dare. So, which one? Okay, let's see the attack first. Alright, so, this is an interesting one. Also, if... yeah, okay. So we can survive. With this we get 2 extra cards, right? We don't pain ourselves at all. With this we have that turn, and he can follow up with something. Yeah, but if he drops a single creature, then Invoke Despair does not win the game. I think... oh my god. This is what happens when you miss the land. You need to exile your whole hand just to compensate. So he might kill Sheoldred in response. He didn't have removal before, but he might have it right now, so he will deny the life gain. But the follow-up will be brutal. He still has 2 cards. Should we say your go? Now he needs to think. But yeah, the fact that we missed the land and we basically lost 4 cards just to compensate 1 single land is pretty brutal. Let's see. So he gets back the Sheoldred probably, right? I think that's the play. But this is good. This gives us 1 full turn to refill. Even if we top deck a land, that's actually really good because it means 1 extra card. Alright, he went... okay, that's a good choice. That's a really good choice because this enables the attack on the next turn. So he gets 1 card, I will get 5. I'm not sure if my 5 is better than his 1. As you can see, not a single removal. Oh my god, that's so awkward game. Man, I really think that I need to play 27, 28 lands to not get mana screwed all the time. Alright, that's definitely hurting. So we need some kind... okay, sure. That was great experience. Oh my god, this 1 land. We just needed a cut down before this Invoke Despair and that's it. Well, that was really close.